the customer is not going to lose. Like, okay, fine, I'll go to Uber Eats. If not Uber Eats, I'll go to Swiggy. If not Swiggy, I'll go to Dunzo. Plenty of options out there. It's okay to get that. You might have, read or you might have seen the charts, that why do startups fail, 20 reasons why startups fail, and you shouldn't make the same mistake. I won't bore you guys with it, but I'll just pick up, a few of things and explain it to you. So then, there are a lot of things like ignoring customers, or there's no market need, or there's no proper marketing, or no good team, proper amount of funding. So these are the main reasons why startups fail. So I'll just address 2 points over here. The number one, ignoring customers. Who do you think you are? You are because of your customers. I am holding this event just because of you guys. If you didn't turn up, I would be nowhere. You are my customers. You came up and I gotta respect you. Right? So if you don't respect your customers, you lose it. If I don't treat you well today, you think, get lost man, I'm not gonna come again. For sure. So this happens, see, the customer is not going to lose. It's you who are going to lose. Customer has a millions of options. Right? If you are working in Zomato and you provide a shitty service to them, it's like, okay, fine, I'll go to Uber Eats. If not Uber Eats, I'll go to Swiggy. If not Swiggy, I'll go to Dunzo. Plenty of options out there. Right? So you are on the losing side. The second thing which I'd like to explain is no marketing. People create products and there's no marketing. People are still in that in that zone that they think that they will create the next big Facebook. Facebook खत्म हो गया उसका time. अभी आप उसको compete नहीं कर सकते. Even the mighty Google could not compete with it. And you think with your small funding you can compete with Facebook again? So when there's no marketing and people are still creating products, and that's why that's why entrepreneurs joke because they're creating products that people don't even need. Alright? So these are 2 points I'd like to discuss over here. And the last of my session I would like to say what mistakes you need to avoid. Alright? Like I've seen a lot of people committing blunders, and these are the mistakes which even I have committed. So it's coming from personal experience. So the number one thing is we try to chase what's popular instead of what we are good at. Right? It's sometimes baffling for me to see people running behind something which is popular and like just because everyone else is doing. People are getting into stock market just because it's cool, just because everybody else is doing. People are getting into writing books just because it's cool, just because everybody else is doing. Please, don't. Alright? You should ask yourself that what am I good at instead of asking, what should I do so that I can get some eyeballs or what's trending? No. True knowledge of your own craft will help you go farther, rather than a person who just hops into an industry by seeing the popularity factor. Alright? Instead, instead of following the trends, invest in yourself heavily. Become a core skill. Become the master of it. Invest so much into it and create the trend. Alright? I know it might sound cliche, but that's how it should work. You shouldn't try running behind, whatever is, going on right now, whatever trending is right now. So, yeah, this is one thing. Number 2 is, don't react to what your competitors do. Right? Alright? You just gotta focus on your product, that's it. Everything else is just a distraction. Alright? The only thing which you need to do is focus on improving your product and launching it and see how is the market reacting to it. If market is reacting negatively to it, then that's where you gotta make changes, not when some new competition enters into the market. Alright? So, and please don't be afraid of making these changes, alright? You gotta pivot every now and then. In fact, none of the startups look even close to what how did they started. Alright? If you see Amazon, it started as by selling books. And now they are selling whatever they want. Alright? So you see, good business requires constant altering and with the new profound knowledge or experience you had. You might have come to the event, you might have learned something. You go and improve that in your product or incorporate in that product. Right? So you gotta pivot every now and then in order to make a successful business. And it's very disheartening to see that people, while when they see the competition, they don't focus on the product. They keep the product secondary. Instead, they focus on the primary cheap tactics in order to trash the other one. They just focus on that, which is very wrong. Why are you even bothered? If you know your product is good, if you know your product is gonna sell, and if you can improve it, do that instead of trashing someone else down. Alright? Number 3, we think we know everything. You know, at least I used to think that I know everything. You know, at a certain point of time, I used to think that I know everything. Teacher of Huffington Post, come on, respect me. Alright? I've been on TEDx, respect me. But I was very wrong. I know no shit. Right? People here might know a lot of things greater than me. Right? Which I don't even know, not even one person. So you think you know everything, you think you are at the top of the game. You think you are the one person, you think you are worthy of living that dream lifestyle, you are not. You think you are putting into work, you are not. You know, because you know, when the moment you stop thinking, you think that you have figured it all out, you need no help, you have got all the answers of your questions, is the moment when you stop listening. And the moment you stop listening is the moment you stop learning. And after that, all the awareness of yours gets clouded. And you make decisions based on assumptions. Alright? So whenever there's a chance where when you don't know stuff, it's okay. It's okay to get that big, your humble ass to down, egoistic ass down, humble it down, learn. It's alright. Nobody knows everything. It's completely alright to learn something from a person who is much more, hasn't done anything. It's fine. It won't insult your ego. Please, come on. The number 4 thing is, you already know where you're going to spend your money. Because you become an entrepreneur and you will have $1 billion, so you already are deciding where you're going to stash your money. Instead of improving your product, you are daydreaming about which area should I buy the new mansion? Or which new watch should I buy? You're daydreaming about that. I really get that. Please, when your business is going good, when you see the money rolling in your bank account, it's awesome. It's awesome feeling. Shopping sprees and all that stuff to make you a super cool dude. But that's the moment when you actually should avoid self-indulgence. Because good bootstrapping will help you, overcome a lot of financial hurdles in the coming years. Alright. So whatever money you have generated, it's because of the company. Alright. So use that money again improving that product or investing in companies, assets or something, and not use it as your personal piggy bank. Right. So I've seen this, people like it has become a fashion statement for people to read their social media title as CEO, founder. People love that. People, this shows that people are in love with the concept of an entrepreneur rather than actually being one. Alright? Because in reality, being an entrepreneur is less about being recognized as one and more about bearing the responsibility of others.